Jeff.
Recording in progress.
Thank you. Good morning. I want to welcome everybody to the Tuesday, March 26th meeting of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First item on the agenda is our accounts payable docket. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Motion to approve, and I'll so move and second that.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Hazen, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Dieter?
Aye.
Mr. Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item is the presentation of the key to the county to Robert Hawley. And this is a bittersweet moment. Certainly, Mr. Hawley is well deserving of this, but he did pass recently, and wish we had done this earlier. But I want to read a little bit about Bob. He was born in South Bend, Indiana in 1934. Bob is a graduate of Riley High School, class of '52. He was actively involved in the South Bend community his entire adult life. Bob served as an active member of the Home Builders Association of St. Joseph Valley for more than 50 years, where he held several positions, including president in '79, secretary in '68 and 1977, as well as the Panorama chairman in 1969. Mr. Hawley was also one of the founders of the Penn High School Building Trades program that began in '68. He served as a past president, secretary, and board member to this day. The Penn High School Building Trades has built one home every year since inception, with 2 homes being built in 2023. This year's home marks number 56. A scholarship was created in his name in February of 2023 to honor his many years of dedicated service to the Penn High program. In May 23, the first Bob Hawley Legacy Scholarship was awarded to a student pursuing a career in the building trades field. Additionally, Bob was appointed to the St. Joseph Area Plan Commission in 1999 and the Area Board of Zoning Appeals in 2005, where he continued to serve until his passing. Bob's commitment to his service on the board was evident as he consistently drove out to petition sites all over the county. He asked excellent questions, always tried to be fair to petitioners, the public, and staff. His service to the boards he served was unparalleled. In recognition of his many years of dedicated service, the St. Joseph County Commissioners are honored to award him a key to the county. Why don't the family come on up to the podium, and if you'd like to, yep, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. I'm Patty Zelmer, and this is Sue Cullen. We're the 2 daughters of Bob. And like you said, I wish, we could have done it earlier. We did find out before his passing that the county intended to do this, and he was definitely made aware of it, and he remained completely mentally with it until the very end. And so he very much knew that this was done for him. He greatly appreciated it. If you knew my dad at all, he had a lot of gumption. He also was someone who would always act in the way he felt was appropriate, and he would not have stayed on these 2 boards had he not thoroughly enjoyed it, and I know for a fact that he did. So our family is very grateful, as I know he was too.
Thank you again for this honor. He would be so honored to know that this was happening today, and hopefully he's somehow watching all of us accept this award in his behalf. So thank you to the county commissioners for bestowing this on our dad so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Why don't we have the family or whoever wishes to come up, and we'll get a photograph. commemorate this.
Means everybody, come on out, let's go. Here. Yes, ma'am. Come on down. We'll go alphabetically and by date of birth. Come on, come on.
Oh, I've got 2 pages.
I think you should be handing it to her.
Who's ever taken a picture, come up here, come on.
She's the youngest up here.
Abby?
I guess some of us have our phones, so we can have a picture. How to say that.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Smile, smile, funny, funny, funny.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, Molly's sort of in the business too, so it's so appropriate to have her.
Thanks, buddy.
Title company, Meridian.
I don't know if they told you you have to stay for the rest of the meeting.
That was left
No,
out.
no, you can get out of here.
Thank you. We so appreciate it.
Didn't realize what a great family.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Give the key to somebody.
We have a good one. Thank you
You're welcome.
so much.
Thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you. Did you do this? Mr. Krasinski, I told him to go up to the surveyor's office if you want to meet him up there. It's,
Next on the agenda is the Dell contract tech refresh.
Morning, Commissioners. Richard Warfield, IT Director, 3rd floor, the Law Library, or Law Building, sorry. Sorry. This tech refresh is to resume our refresh of computers throughout the county. Kind of put a pause on that for a couple years, and now we're back to getting that started again. This includes 409 new computers for the county. And yeah, I ask that you approve this contract.
Richard, how long have the 409 computers been in service?
These are replacing our oldest models, which are around 5 to 7 years old.
In the IT world, that's ancient
Yeah,
these
ancient.
days.
That is correct.
All of this has been budgeted for?
Yes,
and
this is already budgeted for.
Just wanted that on the record.
Yes.
Any questions for Mr. Warfield?
Negative.
Commissioners? If not, do we have a motion to approve the Dell contract tech refresh?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter?
Call me Derek. Aye.
And Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to IPG. First item is the bid request for RNS 92401D, the asphalt overlay.
Good morning. What this notice is for our community crossings package. We're going to go ahead and notice this for bid, and we're going to make the assumption that we're going to get this award. And we just can't award it before we're notified. We should be notified within the next week or so, but I have a very good feeling that we'll be getting this grant. So it's for about 10 miles of mill and fill paving and about 8 miles of CCAP paving. We'd like to advertise on March 29th and April 5th with bid opening on April 16th. We recommend your approval. Happy to answer any questions.
Just for the record, would you identify yourself, since we don't know you?
Geez, I'm sorry. Sky Meadows Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth office is on the 7th and 11th floor of this building. So I was just too excited. I'm sorry.
So noted.
And what were the two types of paving?
Just normal mill, we'll go in, take out 3 inches and put back in about 3.5 inches, about 10 miles there. And the other is cold constructed asphalt paving. It's a situation where we don't have to go in and mill. We can place about 3 inches of this cold compacted asphalt paving. It's material that we'll order the material and it'll be made in our Crumbstown pit. And it's the type of material that can sit there over time, and it's a lot easier to place. And so it ends up being about a third to a half of the cost of the mill fill paving. So it works on certain roads where you don't have a lot of heavy traffic and you don't have a lot of truck traffic. So it's one of the ways that we're trying to get more mileage out of the money we have.
Stretch the dollars, in
Yeah.
other words.
Right, yes.
So I'm assuming this will be country roads for the
It's
most-
more of the rural roads, yes, yes.
Any other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve the bid request for the Community Crossings Matching Grant Maintenance Asphalt Overlay? That's
So
a
moved.
title.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
While you're here, let's move on to the approval of agreement with the Norfolk and Southern Railway Company.
Yes, this is later this year, we'll be letting our project to reconstruct the Mayflower Bridge over Norfolk Southern Nickty Railroads. And we were able to get federal funding for that construction. And as part of that process, we had to do coordination with the railroads. In this case, it happens to be 2 railroads, which one railroad is tough enough to do. But what this is an agreement with Norfolk Southern for not to exceed $138,094. And that's for them to review any of our plans, also for any inspections they may have to do in accordance with us working on the railroad and so forth. And I'll be bringing another one of these from NICD probably next week or the week after. So we have to do that for both railroads. Legal has reviewed this, and we've reviewed it and recommend your approval, and happy to answer any questions.
Seems straightforward. I look forward to getting the one from NICD. I do sit on the NICD board, so we'll make sure that gets, the NICD does what they have to do.
Right, yes.
Any other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve the agreement with the Norfolk Southern Railway Company?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Guy. Next, professional services proposal for the Northern Edge Legal and Maps.
Good morning, Bill Shalio, Economic Development Director with offices on the 7th and 11th floors, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth. Before you is a professional service contract for the Northern Edge Legal Description and Maps. The proposal is from Dan Charner and Associates. What we're looking to do is put together the maps, legal descriptions, and all the other identifying documents that we'll need as we prepare to create an economic development area around this Northern Edge area. The Northern Edge area is proposed to be the Northern Edge Project District, as well as a project corridor through Roseland along the State Road 933 corridor. What we're looking at is a proposal that would be a not-to-exceed amount of $3,500. This money is out of the Health One account that was reappropriated, I believe, last council meeting. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Just for the record, can you talk a little bit about the Northern Edge project so people
Certainly.
know
So-
what we're talking about?
Yeah, so the Northern Edge Development Project is a mixed-use development project that will be built over 3 phases at the northeast corner of State Road 933 and Douglas Road. It's a project proposed by the Buckingham Group, and it would have a similar experience and feel to the Eddy Street Commons area, but it will be unique to this site with different elements. There'll be a big pond, there'll be some restaurants that'll overlook the pond, there'll be some other features here, but mainly housing. All the housing on the site will be rental housing. It won't be owner occupied or for sale housing. It'll all be rental housing on the site. There will be a 55 and older component to the project that'll be part of the Phase 3. So it's a really neat project. It sits outside of the town of Roseland, outside of the city of South Bend, so it's in unincorporated St. Joseph County, so.
Will there be a mixed-use component to that with some retail?
Certainly, yeah,
commercial?
there'll be a large amount of commercial, first floor commercial square footage with a couple of freestanding units that are on the pond side of the project, and then the rest of it will be housing.
Any other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve the professional service proposal for the Northern Edge project?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner
Aye.
Peter? And Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Put these out of order. Next is the interlocal agreement for the State Road 2 acceleration lane and land.
Yeah, thank you. So the interlocal agreement that we have before you today is an interlocal agreement between the county and INDOT. This will, by entering into this agreement, it will allow the county to participate in the project at the amount of $1.7 million to build some interchange or intersection improvements at State Road 2 in Larison as part of the much larger project that the state will be undertaking from State Road 2, or along State Road 2 from the US 20 State Road 2 interchange, LaPorte County, all the way to the bypass. This work is imperative to improve that large section of road, but certainly the work that the county is doing as part of the project is important for short-term as well as future long-term improvements at that intersection. Again, by entering into this interlocal agreement, it will allow the county to pay these funds to the state. Once you sign this contract, then the state will be able to sign their notice to proceed contract with Reith Riley to begin the work. So this contract is imperative for signature, or important for signature. We appreciate your support, please.
And just for clarification, this is for an acceleration lane for traffic going west.
So it'll have a westbound acceleration lane, there'll be improvements in the median, and then there'll be some improvements to the eastbound deceleration lane into Larison. So it's a series of improvements that will for a short-term period, will benefit the improvements in that intersection. It also adds one culvert section under the culvert, on the Nespajani Ditch. There was already work to be done on the culvert just west of Larison, but to make the future improvements, to do an interchange or future improvements, we had to have an additional section of culvert pipe added, or culvert structure added to the culvert. So that is a part of this cost here also.
Questions? Comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve the interlocal agreement for the State Road 2 acceleration lane and land?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter? And Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'm gonna, so we don't forget it, that does have to be signed today, so I'll just start passing that around. Clerk of the Courts, Ms. Rolfus.
Good morning. Amy Rolfus, Clerk of the Circuit Court with the office in the basement of Courthouse 1. We have received a Help America Vote grant for a grand total of $110,000. What you have before you is the election security equipment that totals around $9,000 to be used to secure the vote machines that we have at our location. This was bid out by New Age Telecom, and I would ask that you would approve this contract.
Certainly, I want to, on behalf of the commissioners, thank you for your diligent work on this. And this is something that's bipartisan. It's not political, it's just common sense to make sure that our election equipment is secured.
Exactly. The Secretary of State was instrumental in allowing the clerks to decide, of all 92 counties, what they wanted to use this $2 million that came from the federal government through the state. And I appreciate the fact that the Secretary of State allowed us in St. Joseph County to do what we felt was the highest priority for using this money. So I think it is the highest priority for everyone.
Any questions or comments for Clerk Rolfus? Hearing none, do we have approval of the Help America Vote Act Grant Award for election security equipment?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to public comments. Do we have anybody who signed up?
We have no one signed up on the list.
Does anybody, we'll suspend those rules for a minute in case anybody wants to make a comment. Anybody online wish to offer a comment? I don't see any hands today. Whoops, there is one.
Yes. Hi, yes, this is Rebecca. I just want to know that the rules say that you're supposed to sign in according to the, in
Ma'am,
advance
if
of
you
the,
could
Oh,
state
just-
your full name,
Thank you.
oh,
address
sure,
for the
yes.
record, and you have 3 minutes to comment.
Sure, sorry about that. Hi, I'm Rebecca Go. My address is 921 Cottage Grove, South Bend, Indiana, 46617. The rules on the agenda say that, that you have to sign up in advance, and I appreciate that, you're waiving those rules, today, because if you took a screenshot, which I just did, of, the agenda, on the Board of Commissioners website, it was uploaded at 10 o'clock this morning. And so there was no way to actually sign up in advance. Now, potentially, somebody could look back and see like that there were iterations that it was uploaded at various times. I don't know because I haven't looked at the website multiple times. But the most recent iteration of it uploading was at 10 a.m. this morning, which means that somebody could potentially not have actually signed up in advance. So I just want to call this to your attention as perhaps a flaw in the system. So just for thinking about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There being nobody else, do we have a motion to adjourn, or recess, excuse me?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Hazen,
Aye.
Mr. Dieter, and Mr. Baxmeyer.
Aye.
For recess.
Thank you, everybody. Wait a minute. Don't leave. Don't leave. Just give me 1 minute. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So weekly, we're gonna be taking stuff out.
think,
So we
that's
got
just
that.
kind of
That's
a.
it.
Do
Is
you,
it okay?
well, this is a unique situation. NDOT
Everything
needs
is
it.
unique, y'all.
Well, you know, that's how it works.
Yeah.
NDOT needs it, they can't issue a notice number side, so. Yeah, so I didn't know how much you.
Yeah, you're already taller.
Yeah, you need to start. If you can do that and it's.
Let me, well, I can sign it, maybe we follow this.
I know that he was on.
Let's do it that way, and if we got to make it part of that.
Okay, all
Okay.
right, and yeah, just let me know if it's a document sign and we'll give them a call
Okay,
and say, you know.
I'll have Frank do it and coordinate this.
Okay, and just, the surgery is scheduled for this Friday.
Okay, so I'll make sure the signature page for the principal is signed this time. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other here you need? Talk to Jen in the council chamber, she knows all about it.
For just expressing the, I mean, a basic response.
So is this the NDOT stuff? Okay, so he was saying that we're gonna try to do DocuSign for today.
Oh, okay. His stamp is.
He doesn't like these. But then we'll, I can take the originals. I don't know, do you have a?
These judges are not.
I have one.
You can scan it in, but I mean, that way you have all the signatures on it already, and then,
This is criminal, I mean, what I'm talking about here is criminal, and I have
And then I'll get him the new signature page.
such as altering my records to allow them to take the, that's how they did it, they stole my identity, that Baker Act.
sounds good.
It allows them to totally avoid all my civil rights.
Then once I get the original, I will text or call John and let him know.
Me
if I've got
through,
it signed.
you know, that I'm mentally ill, so that is a total criminal.
Perfect.
And I need proof. Well, I could bring it in with the law, I mean, I have it all out.
I don't want to give it something, I thought Mr. Bush was going to be here. George Michael was sure. I thought, I'm sorry, that's complete, but not Mr. Bush.
Sure.
You did a
The reason why we have that problem is, I believe, is because these judges don't face elections. And so they form this big, tight-knit thing, and a lot of it is poker Windsor. So we, right, some Elizabeth